Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Soul Channel and the second episode of Mystic Messages, where I, Teresa Warnstaff, go into channel and answer the questions that you have sent me. Soul Channel is a place to gather, raise consciousness, normalize spirituality, and change the world. And we do that by coming together in community, by demystifying the tools and the gifts that are available to each and every human on this planet. Apparently, we want to jump in now. Oh my gosh, I love it. You're so very important. You're so incredibly vital to this planet, more than even you can realize. And I hope through today's questions, through today's answers, and equally important, through the energies that will be transmitted in this channeling, that you receive what is meant for you. Because if you're watching, this is for you. Two disclaimers before I introduce our moderator. One, this is for entertainment purposes. And number two, you're at choice on how you want to move forward with this information. This is powerful. And at the end of our questions, we'll go into more detail about why now it's even more so. But with great joy and love, I want to introduce our moderator, Heidi, who will be asking all the questions as I drop into channel again and answer the questions that you have gracefully sent me. Heidi?
Well, thank you, Teresa, for such a kind introduction. And oh my gosh, I think I'm even more excited for this session than I was our first. And I guess our grand preview, it's been about a month ago. So appreciate everyone sending in the questions. And I just want you to know that Teresa and I both take time to energetically connect and review the questions. And I will also be taking notes during the channeling, even though this session will be recorded for everyone, just so that we have the information fresh, as we say, hot off the press from Teresa and her guides. And if there's any follow-up, Teresa will be addressing that in a future video.
Wonderful. Thank you for keeping me organized. I couldn't do this without you.
This is the fun part.
I know. All right. So I'm going to, for those who are watching, I'm going to pause the video as I drop into channel, and then Heidi is going to take over.
Welcome, everyone. And thank you, Teresa, for dropping into Connection for channeling. The first question is there a best way to seek the support of the universe for healing someone who is ill, especially when they are younger in age?
What a beautiful question. Your heart is showing, and we love that. We want first to qualify this answer. This is for a young person, not one of adult age. The way in which we navigate this energy is different for a child than for an adult. So first and foremost, it is important to recognize that this child has come into the life with a soul plan. Acknowledging this is important. As a parent or guardian or aunt or friend or uncle or someone who loves this child, our influence is through love. We can go in and support their energy body in a multitude of ways, any of the ways one would do with an adult. However, it is critical to ask permission from the soul. Soul, is this optimal for the child's evolution? It is important not to impose our will upon the evolution of this tiny being, or not so tiny being if they are older. You may go in and do any energy work, but you must ask the soul. And we would encourage you to find someone who can speak with the soul of the child to determine what is the optimal path for you to take to support their evolution. Not all souls come in with a long life expectancy. And we are sorry because this hurts your hearts, but it is fact. And it is important because when we honor the soul's choice, we learn and we grow. What a challenging decision the soul made before it came into the human body. I shall leave at a young age, or I shall have this disease, or I shall be born into war, or I shall be born into extreme poverty. Our circumstances are not accidents. And it is our opportunity to wrap that being in love. Now that we have addressed the individual opportunity, and we certainly welcome follow-up questions to this, let's look at the collective. There are many, many children around the world who are facing challenges. On a scale of 1 to 10, it encompasses the entire range. How can you support those children? Love. Love, 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 love. And more love. You see, what you radiate influences the world. And the more that you believe this, the more powerful the love is. So, gather. Take your powerful love. Find a friend. Take their powerful love. Find another friend. Take that powerful love and release it into the Earth's environment. And now we move into why. We are one. We are one. We are one. And if you hold love, peace, joy, and you amplify it with others who hold those intentions and that energy signature, you will grow it on the planet. And you will influence. Does this complete the inquiry?
Yes, Teresa. And, I feel like there's a lot of healing that came through with those words and the intention behind those words. Thank you.
We are pleased and thank you, Heidi, for recognizing the energetic imprint of healing through knowing, healing through understanding. When we create contextual information, it allows us to embrace it more easily, more readily. It does not change the circumstances, but it does change your response to the circumstances. That is all you have control over, is your response. Thank you.
Lovely, truly. I think that, it resonates on so many different levels, whether it's an ill child or even our own personal health, on that knowing is part of the knowledge that comes along with healing. I think that's really brilliant.
When it comes to our own personal health, the circumstances differ, as it does when it is for an adult. You see, the adult has free will. The adult can say, verbalize, with knowing and free will, I would like to receive this energy healing. I would like to receive this. I would like to receive this. The child has less construct to wrap around the permission. And when we are in our own bodies and seeking healing for our own bodies, it is nuanced. It is not simply holding love, although that certainly is the prime objective. There is also the inquiry into why did I bring this into my life? What information does this malady contain for me? What am I offering to learn so that I may grow, so that I may influence others who may bump into this same physical ailment? As we grow, we tend to complicate our lives with thought constructs that create how our systems behave, how our systems respond, how our systems act as we respond and or react to our environment, to people, places, things, opportunities, all that come into our life. And this is a nuanced definition. React is without thought and consideration. A response is we are searching for the word, hold, focused, purposeful response to a situation. So yes, it is nuanced how we respond to ill health, whether it be for self, for an adult, or for a child. But for a child, the spiritual element is so much more present. And we offer that if you are intuitive, and this is your child or a friend's child, or you are the uncle, and as we said before, you can move into the etheric fields and have conversation with them and receive information from their soul as to what they choose. But most of you, many of you, some of you, even when you receive this information, think, I've made it up. I don't believe that. I don't trust that. Start trusting. start believing. You did not make that up. You used your powerful gifts of intuition to know and understand. Huh. We have gone down a garden path. We've gone down several garden paths. Is there anything in which we can further illuminate? Or does that complete the question?
I think that completes the question. And thank you for differentiating between child and adult and even self. I think that brings a lot of clarity.
Thank you.
The next question is, I wonder if connecting with nature's messages happens on an intuitive level, or if at some point it's something you consciously understand.
We are not sure the intention of the question. Connecting with nature is done on both planes, the conscious and the intuitive. Is there more information?
Not in this particular question. So maybe if we, Teresa, allow the guides to look deeper at the messages that come through, whether it's from nature or from our subconscious. And I think you alluded to it in the last question of, are we trusting what comes in?
Information from nature comes in very many forms, both intuitive because we communicate with our planet, its inhabitants on fins or multiple legs or no legs or bellies. We also communicate with the plants. And this is done through the intuitive. It is also done through the subconscious. For example, the contrast between walking over a burial site versus walking down a forest path. Both contain different energies that our subconscious will tune into. Then we have the opportunity to connect into nature at the conscious level, a more purposeful, directive human level. How do we interact with nature? At the simplest explanation, do we litter? Do we pick up litter? Do we acknowledge that it is a place of healing? Do we seek it out as a place of succor? Many are attracted to nature, others are not. It is individual as a fingerprint. What is your relationship to nature? And how do you choose to foster it? Does that answer the question?
Yes, again, I think very insightful on the connection to nature and going back to being open to the messages that are coming forward.
And it's individual. Some receive and seek out. And for those, it is a beautiful symbiotic relationship. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is tied around the energy of the earth. I keep hearing the energy on earth has changed. What does this mean and what has changed?
Excellent question. Especially for today, since we have moved out of years of challenges since the pandemic, and more recently, a very challenging month or months into the energy of expanded possibilities and opportunities, should we choose to give ourselves permission to collaborate in the creation of something purposeful. November 2023 opens a new energy system on the planet, one which many of those who are intuitive and gifted and here to work on the planet's energies have been spending much time on. There are many who work behind the scenes to create harmonious energy that supports love, peace, joy, and oneness. The individual human experiences are shifting, are growing, are evolving, and thus results in a more expanded, aware energy system on the planet. And then we have those beings, guides, and angels who are focused on supporting the individual. The humans have said yes more times than they have said no. And so, with these three powerful streams of change and evolution, this planet has moved forward more quickly than anticipated. And in fact, it is why the energies in November 2023, December 2023, and into 2024 will be more and more powerful. So for those who choose to accept their purpose on this planet and vibrate at that energy signature that is unique and special to them, the world changes. And let's look at it from multiple perspectives, because it is not only the world, it is your world. Your world will evolve in a direction that is more harmonious. We do not mean to say that your challenges will simply dissipate, for the challenges are where we grow and glow. But we will experience more and more synchronicities, opportunities, and expansiveness to move into a life that is fulfilled more than it is in sadness or despair. You will always have all of the ingredients. However, what would you like to choose more of? Love? Peace? Joy? Choose that. And no matter what the circumstance is, when you walk into it, it will contain that essence. And that brings to mind the opportunity to move into self-care, because this is new energy for many, some of you. And when you move into self-care, you regenerate and replenish so that you can again move the energy out into the world. And it becomes this beautiful infinity symbol of manifestation and creation. This is something we have spoken with Teresa about years ago, and she has shared this information where she could, when she could. What do you choose? What do you want to manifest? The more you step into possibility, the more you change the energy on the planet. That is much more detailed than the question, I think, intended. However, we hope that it supports each and every one of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Teresa. And could you expand on the energy loop? And I know several of us have struggled, especially over the last few months, with the energy somewhat getting cogged up, or it's like a plug drain. How do we shake things loose and kind of get back to the flow versus feeling so stuck?
Excellent question. Thank you for asking. When we run into obstacles that move us away from that which we hope and dream for, there are many instances that can create it. Number one, it is not time. The time is not now. You see, the human has a time frame in mind when they speak or wish or dream. However, it is not always optimal for this time frame to unfold as requested. This is when the soul, as has been agreed prior to the incarnation, redirects. And the human condition requires patience to move into creation. The other instance could be a redirection in truth. You are being asked to move somewhere else to create a same or similar outcome from a different place. And the last is, it was not meant for you in this life. So many on this human plane wish to win the lottery. And yet it is one of the worst things that can happen to you. Many documentaries have proven this. So if you are not meant to win the lottery, how can you create abundance? Do you feel abundant? Do you feel aligned with receiving abundance? What is abundance to you? Abundance is not always money, and humans equate value with money. Are your needs met? How are they met? Is it in the traditional ways that man has constructed? You are seeing these ways questioned. and in many cases falling apart. And that is by design. So, clarity on intention. What do you want to manifest? If it is not showing up, it may not be meant for you. It may be in the future, or it may show up in a different form. Does that answer the question?
Yes, absolutely. And I think it ties in nicely with this next question that's very similar, but a little more specific, tied to what's next. And the question is, I can't get an answer no matter how many times I pause, I pray, or ask. The question is, what's next?
You are asking the wrong question. You are asking the universe to make the decision for you. What do you want? You see, the universe can only respond. So take a step in a direction. Wait and see how the world responds to your step. Is it supported? Do you receive information on what is your next step? This again moves into that symbiotic loop, the infinity loop. Information must go out for information can come in, because this is free will. And by that definition, we, as your guides, as your support teams, cannot tell you anything. We respond to what you put out. What are you putting out? This is where dreaming is so incredibly powerful. Visioning, vision board, anything. Simply let us know. And if you take a step in a direction and you receive no response, and you've waited patiently, perhaps take another step in a different direction. The universe will absolutely reflect back to you that which you are destined to receive. What is next? What do you want? What is next? Where will you go? What is next? What is in your heart? What is next? Perhaps it is rest or peace. Sovereignty and autonomy over your experience. Choose, step into your power. And we do not mean this because we feel people are shamed out there. Do not be shamed. You are learning, you are growing. These are brilliant questions. These are questions that have not been asked in an open forum. So how do you know? You are learning. You are amazing. You have been taught everything that has shut down the co-creative process with your guides and teams. Everything you have been taught has said this is not valid. So by simply asking what is next, what is next? Let's play in this vast playground together. And do not hold shame for asking the question, because at least you are asking. Now, take that step. Meet us. Join us. Let us play together. I want to stop. I want to resonate the absolute power of every human listening to this transmission. You are beautiful. You are amazing. You are powerful, and you are vital to the evolution of this planet. We cannot overstate how important you are, how amazing you are. Receive that. Open your heart. Deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth as you receive this knowing from us. We are here to support you, and we are here to respond. And as we said before, if you take a step in the wrong direction or in a direction that no longer serves you, we will simply offer another opportunity. Stand in your power. We hope this message is received as intended. We want to empower you. Thank you to each of you who said yes as we transmitted. Thank you. And for those who did not say yes, you can say yes now and receive it, or later, or never. That's the beauty of the human evolution. You're a choice. You do what you feel you are called to do. Trust yourself. Trust the human as it is led and guided by the soul. Thank you.
That was wonderful. And, this next question, Teresa, actually is very much tied into the message that you just relayed. And it's a bit tied to processing. The question is, I'm having some amazing things coming into my life after a long period of terrible things. How do I reconcile the horrible things with the beauty and blessings that are currently coming in?
This is transition. This is self-determination. There is a point where the terrible will fall away, and for now, it must be completed. One simply does not switch on the light to chase away the dark. One must embrace the dark and choose the light. Again, this goes into free will. The human opportunity is to determine how to respond to the dark. When a challenge comes into your life, do you react or do you respond? And if you respond, where do you respond from? Curiosity? Neutrality? Do you respond with patience? This is the human evolution. And what we are witnessing through this question is that we can create the life we want. And slowly, more so, more slow for others than some, it will release the challenges, or the challenges may show up in different and new ways to provide the impetus for the soul to continue to evolve. Beautiful. Thank you.
That was great, Teresa. Thank you. The next question is, in my work, I encounter much darkness, grief, and sadness. How do I continue to be effective and keep the dark energies away from me? Because sometimes it's just so overwhelming. What can I do?
We feel the paradox in this. There is the dark that wants to swamp the light. First, we affirm that the individual asking this question is a bright light on the planet, brighter than they are aware. Second, create community through the darkness to support you, to uplift you, to provide you with the context and container to continue to be in your light. Do not silo. That is very important. Do not silo. And there are many practices that are available on your planet to clear personal energy systems. There's the cutting of the cords that go to others who have come into your energy fields. There's using the brightness of the sun to radiate through your energy bubble, and we absolutely support this one. It is a powerful, powerful tool to clean energy. There's also self-declared statements such as, no, you are not welcome. No, you are not allowed. We also encourage the reinforcement of the energy bubble. And we touched upon this in our last conversation. Energy Systems 101, we have an energy bubble 6 feet above, below, side to side, front and back, the human body. And this membrane of energy is similar to the skin of the body. It contains all the energetic organs and systems that support the human. It is, unfortunately, more common than we like to have these membranes torn or ripped, holes, and with a simple thought, with intention, trust, belief, you can repair. You also have a medical team that has been assigned to you that specializes in energy repair. You can call this your personal medical team to come in and assist. You can do that before you go to sleep. You could ask them to keep out any energies you do not wish to enter into your energy bubble and to repair any tears, holes in the membrane of your energy systems. You can also set the intention to have support to receive healing in any specific areas. That does not negate the need for you to do your work. We must do our work because we are the ones learning the lessons, but it does give you support so that when you wake in the morning refreshed, you surround yourself with your energy bubble. You hold in your mind's eye, in your heart, in your knowing, or for those who hear, you hear the resonance of your membrane, and you ensure that it is intact. And a tool that Teresa uses often, she applies a Teflon coating to the outside of her membrane, so that which she does not choose to interact with simply slides off and goes away. She has held this intention for many, many years. And we encourage those who resonate with this tool to practice and engage in this as well. You can coat the outside, you can coat the inside, you can fill your bubble, you can use colors, sounds, melodies, pictures, the love of an animal. What do you want to fill your bubble with? Intention. Again, you are infinitely powerful, more than you can imagine. Choose. Choose, intend, and execute. Thank you.
Gosh, so much great information, Teresa. I think we could do an entire session just on energy clearing and connecting with our own energy membrane. I think that's really good information for all of us to have and take with us even throughout our day.
Yes, we agree.
There's 2 questions left as I look at the clock here. This is a big one. How do we find our purpose?
You do not. Your purpose evolves with you. You have a general purpose that you identify, such as part of Teresa's purpose is to bring people into the 5th dimensional energy, to provide energy codes for those on the human plane to evolve. She also holds a purpose to interact with multiple energy streams outside the earth to bring in the energy, as well as a conduit for multiple systems to access information on the planet. As she has explained in the past, nothing can come to Earth without a human host. We cannot impose our will upon you, even through beneficial energies. So again, there are many who choose to be those conduits. So your purpose is human, soul, and ever evolving. Choose what feels in alignment for you and grow along that path. Who are you? What do you excel at? What do you value? Where do you want to put your energy? All of those answers are clues to your purpose. And once again, take a step. The purpose for the human is not a destination, it is a journey. It evolves, changes, morphs, grows stronger, more powerful, the more powerful you are. So, who are you? What do you want? What do you value? What do you care about? What draws you? What are you passionate about? What are you good at? All questions we have given Teresa, that she teaches, that she guides, all available if you choose to ask yourself. Does that answer the question?
Most definitely. Teresa, to close our session out today, is there anything that the guides want to bring forward, especially knowing what was said or mentioned earlier, just about how truly magical and powerful this energy shift that's happening right now going on in the planet and how we connect with that?
Yes, our message is this: gather with like-minded, gather with those that vibrate at your vibration or greater. Grow, be of the greatest expression that you can manifest. For those who are meant to be guides, you will know the people will show up for you and ask for support. The energy that is on the planet exceeds the expectation of the multiple councils that support the Earth's evolution. We anticipated human growth and spirituality to evolve, but this is better than we anticipated. Feel this, know this as truth, and embrace your vital part of that. Continue to grow, continue to evolve, continue to be your greatest expression. Trust in yourself and in us. We are here for you. We will support the realization of your heart's desires. And as you say, put a pin in it, know that it continues to grow and evolve. You will expand exponentially over the coming months, and this earth plane will continue to shift into that which is truly desired by the majority of the humans. Hold and anchor the love and peace, first for self, then for others, then for the planet, then for the universe. Embrace oneness. And we thank you for your questions. We honor your contribution. We value your energy and know that we cannot do this without you. Thank you.
What an incredible message. Thank you again, just truly magical. And thank you to everyone who sent in questions. I know we didn't get to all of them, but we do keep track of everything and we'll roll them to the next session. So again, thank you to those that took the time to submit questions to Teresa. And speaking of that, Teresa, what is the best way to get in touch with you, as well as to see what upcoming classes and courses that you have on the calendar that people can take advantage of?
Thank you for asking, Heidi. So always the best way to find out anything that I'm doing is on my website, teresawarrenstaff.com. You are invited to email me, teresa@teresawarrenstaff.com. We talked about purpose. I'm not getting all the information, but we talked about purpose, and I channeled a class March of 2021, upgraded it a year later, and that's called Ignite Your Passion. That's being offered in January. And then Alchemy, which is a place of absolute personal magic, will be opening enrollment again in February. And to support the individual evolution and your ability to use your intuition, I'm offering a 2-day, 90-minute class called Create Clarity. It's not on my website. It's a spontaneous class that the universe asked me to put together. There's a free meditation that I'll send you. Email me and we'll talk about, one is starting next week and the other will be in December, but email me and I'll give you information. And, I love channeling. It is one of the most beautiful things that I get to do. If there's anyone out there that wants a private channeling or wants to talk about how I can support their evolution, I'm here for you. Simply reach out. And I think that's it. Heidi, what do you think?
I think it was a brilliant session, and I'm already excited for the next one.
I am too. And speaking of which, if the questions continue to roll in the way they are, Heidi and I have already talked about how we can do this more than just once a month. So make sure that you are on YouTube, on the subscribe to my channel, and or that you're receiving notifications through my email list so that you know when the next one comes out. Thank you to everyone. Thank you to our moderator, who is so amazing. Heidi, thank you. And with much love and hope for what's unfolding for us all. We'll see you again soon. Bye.
Thank you.